Hi there, you alright? So, for our first speaker, or second speaker, I'd like to welcome on Jamie Leonard-Ray, whose pronouns are he, they.
Hi, I'm Jamie, pronouns are he, they.
Mate.
I am 17, so still quite young to be doing this. But it's upsetting that I have to be out here. I don't want to be out here, I want to be safe. I don't want to be platforming bigotry. The last increase in transphobia and hate crimes within the last few years has been disgusting. We seem to be progressing back in time. While social media can be a great place, it can also platform hate. England is filled with right-wing biased mass media that lies, scaremongers, and increases the amount of homophobia. This affects minority communities the most. As we all know, the BBC recently released the article titled "We're being pressured into sex by some trans women." It was written by Caroline Lowbridge and has been researched for over 2 years. However, it falls short of any conclusive evidence and even admits that it's bad journalism. They quoted a survey which was awful and only 50% agreed with it. They platformed a well-known TERF that published a transphobic genocidal manifesto that called for the murdering and leeching of trans women. What was that about? Why was that allowed? To the BBC, stop platforming transphobia. The Daily Mail has also published an article in 2021 which was titled NHS's only gender service for children believes all girls who don't like pink ribbons and dollies must be transgender. The constant use of "what about the children" rhetoric is rife in the anti-trans community. This use of this rhetoric is The "what about the children" rhetoric is rife from anti-trans groups and the use of ever-growing public cry for children to push their bigoted agenda. Many uninformed people will read articles like this and believe that it's from an unbiased, credible news outlet, but it's not. As we've seen recently with the Kira Bell versus Tavistock case, this concern for children has a real-world impact. Kira Bell single-handedly destroyed hundreds of trans youths' lives by restricting and delaying access to medical treatment. The media then not only vandalised the Tavistock, which was already under criticism, but also the trans community as a whole, as we are apparently putting our agenda onto young innocent children. Since transgender women have existed, they have been over-sexualised and villainised, called predators by men and even rapists by J.K. Rowling, causing the public to worry about their children's safety in toilets with trans viewing, restricting their basic human rights, forcing prisoners who are transgender women into men's jails where they're subject to awful violence, harassment and even rape. Then there's the over-sexualisation and fetishisation that comes with the traditional belief that gay men are perverts, which has now been shifted onto trans women. And whilst yes, there are some sex offenders within the community, number is nothing compared to the cis male community. The lack of education around queer sex feeds into this. Many times I've been asked how lesbians have sex, how trans people fuck, and what they use. Often from men who are eager to join in, as they see my identity as a fetish for them. However, this once again gets taken in by wider society and used to justification for their transphobia. Some examples include the Save Our Children campaign, which focuses on how gay people were corrupting and recruiting children in the 1970s until present day. Sorry. Then there was Section 28, imposed by the lovely Margaret Thatcher, banning the promotion, which banned the promotion and education of being LGBT, which has a long-lasting effect on our community. This sexualisation and worry for the safety of our children is ingrained with society, and is further being perpetuated by the media and anti-trans groups like the LGBT Alliance as justification. It also doesn't help that there is a lack of safe spaces for queer children. Most of the queer spaces are around nightclubs which are encompassed by alcohol and sex, which obviously isn't safe for our children. So why can't there be a place for everyone? Maybe if there's better education, honest and well-informed media coverage of the queer community as a whole, we wouldn't face half the discrimination as we do today. I call on the BBC to once again be impartial in their news reporting, be trans inclusive rather than fire their employees for attending pride parades, and to stop the ever-growing transphobia within Britain. I am, for one, not going to sacrifice my identity for the comfort of the wider society. I'm sick and tired. I just want a future where I can legally fucking get married. I want a future where I'm safe, a future that I can look forward to, because right now it's looking pretty fucking bleak. And to the BBC, my friend said, this is an embarrassingly queer place to be transphobic. Thank you.